Welcome to Waywut. This is a rabbit hole podcast where we cover topics ranging from sports to true crime and pop culture to just weird facts. Really, it's just a couple of guys taking turns to present weird topics to each other. We publish episodes on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. You can watch us on YouTube and listen pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, just wherever. We're probably there. We really appreciate you joining us for this episode. And now that we got all this self-promotion stuff out of the way, here we go.
Why, hello there. My name is Jason, and today I am your party host as we celebrate another topic that made me say, Waywut.
Yay! Yay! That's celebrating, right? Okay.
Joining me at this party is someone who suspiciously hangs around the punch bowl, Darrell Holiday.
I don't know what's so suspicious about it.
Hey, you just
I like punch.
Yeah, you're going to just jab it up a little bit.
You can't prove that.
You've carried a flask before, haven't you?
No.
Well, I thought you carried a flask before. You look like a flask carrying type of guy.
No, I never carried a flask.
Well, in Vegas we carried a flask bottle.
We carried a bottle. That was different. No, we just kept
in the shape of a flask. Well, that was a great bottle.
Was it Southern Comfort?
Southern Comfort. Yeah, it had those like a flask. It fit perfectly in your back pocket or front pocket.
Yeah, I think my days of carrying a whiskey bottle in my pocket are done. But
yeah, I might have to switch to vodka. Anyway. Well, this will be another installment of The Life of Donkey. This is where I talk about a little personal experience and will segue into today's topic. Darrell and I both grew up in a small town of Crandall, Texas. For decades, our hometown hosted the Cotton Festival.
Oh, I miss that thing so much.
Oh, yeah. It just started off small and it grew every year. Everyone went. People would come back from out of town to attend. It had rides. It had concerts. It had fried foods. It had tater twisters. It had crafts and kids running all over the place, screaming their head off. It was
I was awesome. So disappointed. I mean, it was like once COVID hit, they were like, "Oh, this gives us an excuse to stop doing it." And then they built on all that land that they used to do it on, and boom, more Cotton Festival.
Yeah, it
sucked.
Yeah, it was one of the only things that Crandall was known for.
Yeah, and they got rid of it. What the fuck was that about?
It was a long-standing tradition. It went for decades. I mean, it was going on for 30-plus years.
Yeah,
and
I
think
it started when we were like 6.
Yeah, it was so minute at that time. It was so minuscule, and to what it grew into when we were much older. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember when I was 8, and I was, had like a little thing just like this, little almost friendship bracelet type thing that got me like all the rides I wanted on the carnival rides. And that was a merry-go-round, a Ferris wheel that was only like 12 feet tall.
Yeah, maybe about 2-story, 3-story building.
Yeah, there wasn't much of anything. I basically rode those two things. I don't even think they had the potato sack slide thing.
No, it was very
and all of a sudden,
limited
like, way later,
on what was
they
there.
had like real rides.
Oh yeah, the stuff you would see at the state fair, or not the state fair, but your normal
carnivals.
Yeah. On the festival spectrum, this will be on the level of an ordinary, normal festival. It was pretty ordinary. Wait 2 weeks, they're going to have the same rides, same vendors at the Seago Fest. Wait another 2 weeks, they're going to have it at the Terrell Jubilee. It's just a traveling, ordinary festival.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about some not so ordinary or normal festivals.
Oh, okay. I can get behind this.
Yeah. You picking up what I'm throwing down?
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
All right. The first one I wanted to talk about was a festival called Eeyore's Birthday Party. This is one I actually attended during my time at Southwest Texas State, now known as Texas State. The origin dates back to 1964, and it was the brainchild of 2 University of Texas students who needed a reason to skip school and enjoy the spring weather. What college student don't, right?
Yeah,
At
I
the
remember you
yeah,
coming back and telling me about this, and I'm like,
oh,
"What
it
the
was
hell are you talking about?"
yeah, it was really cool. At the time, the students were studying A. Milne, the author of the original Winnie the Pooh series, and they thought of Eeyore, who they believed was always sad because someone forgot his birthday. It was then decided they would reserve the last Friday in April to head out to Eastwood's neighborhood park to celebrate this uncelebrated donkey. So what happens is, as is tradition, the party is filled with drum circles, hula hooping, local vendors, strange dancing, and even stranger costumes.
And weed.
Oh yeah, and it's also a great place to celebrate the herbal stuff if you're into that. And for the most part, everybody was into the herbal stuff at this festival. It was a very Woodstocky type theme. It was flower power, people with flowers in their hair, lots of shirtless guys, drum circles, banging on the drums, a lot of weed smoking. It was a very hippie Woodstock type of vibe, but yet it was very serene. It was very peaceful. There was no fights. Everybody was walking around, and it was there's actually police there walking around, making sure everything was cool and stayed pretty under wraps. But
It's kind of
it
cool
was
that they
a
were like busting all y'all for paraphernalia and stuff.
no, there was no way they'd be busting everybody all day long. There's not enough jail cells in the state of Texas to house all the people that was smoking weed there. But it was a pretty cool scene. It was a pretty cool scene. Nearly 60 years later, this event continues to keep Austin weird. A party is known to attract thousands of Austinites every year for good cause. It, it still happens today.
I
Um,
imagine.
yeah. Why I don't know why they would get rid of it.
No, no, I mean, then again, I never thought Crandall would get rid of the Cotton Festival.
Uh, very true. Very true. All right. The next one is called La Tomatina.
Ooh,
La Tomatina is a Spanish festival in Buñol, Spain. Festival goers throw tomatoes at each other and is said to be the biggest food fight in the world. The origin, it started with rage. In 1945, on the last Wednesday of August, there was a giant and big head figure parade. One of the big head fell off his participant and rage ensued. The person was hitting everything, including a stall full of vegetables. People started throwing the vegetables at each other until the local forces had to break it up. The following year, some youngsters had a pre planned food fight with tomatoes they brought from home. Since then, it has become a yearly tradition.
so when I was in Spain, we did try to check if we could go to something like that. If any of it was popping up, it was not.
Yeah.
It's they don't just do that though. So I had a guy that we worked together at one of the in the past, and he was in Spain,
Hmm.
and he was telling me if I ever got out there, which I did end up getting out there, but I didn't get out there at the right time, that there's also towns that do these wine festivals where everybody wears like all white
Mm.
and they'll sit around and drink wine and they'll spit it on each other. And I was like,
I like you.
I'm like, hot tour, whatever. And I was like, I could be down with that, except like the second like somebody spit and it got in my mouth, I would be like, I'm done. I'm going home.
I'm
I,
guessing it's red wine. That's why they're wearing all white.
yeah,
So,
I mean that Spain. I mean, it's just weird. It's like, hey, let's throw tomatoes at each other. Cool. Hey, let's spit wine on each other. All right, cool. Hey, let's run from those bulls together.
yeah,
What?
in our red wine soaked
So
outfits.
one of the things that I did learn that was interesting is so like whenever I was there, one of the things that did happen that I did not go to because I didn't go to Pamplona, but Pamplona did their running of the bulls while I was out there,
Yeah,
and
you were almost there with the
I
same
met a
time
couple
Chris Ford.
maybe, but a couple of guys that I met at one of the little tour things that we did, they were going to go and do the running of the bulls in Pamplona. Now the thing that I learned that was interesting a while back from that, my friend in Spain, is that Pamplona is not the only place that runs the bulls.
Really?
Pamplona's famous because they run bigger and meaner and older bulls.
Oh,
He was telling me, he's like, I've run with bulls before. I always did it in like my town
the minor
where they were
leagues.
young bulls. And if they just bumped into you, it was just like,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Not the kind that are like, I'm gonna just rip you to pieces.
All right.
So I
So
thought that was
there's
kind of cool.
a professional bull running league.
It's not well, it's no
Well,
anybody can go do it.
yeah, but if
But
you're going to do it, you might as well do it at a smaller venue
oh
to get
yeah, no,
used
I
to
would
it,
totally
and then
I would
work your way up. Yeah.
no bull snot. I would never do the big ones. Running with the small ones is even a little sketchy because they're like, man, come on, it's only like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's more likely to get trampled over by all the people.
no,
I
even
mean,
young
if you
bulls are
fall
big.
and there's just so much going
Oh,
on.
no, yeah, this is I you know I'm probably never ever going back to Spain again. Not nothing against Spain, but it's just like I went there, I saw it, and it's like those festivals. They sound kind of neat, but like if I really want to throw a tomato bad enough, I'll just go to your place and be like, Jason, surprise, motherfucker! Throw a tomato.
Well, let me tell you more about this festival. You may change your mind.
Oh, okay.
Some events that happen prior to the food fight include a paella, which is a Spanish rice
Paella.
dish, paella, whatever, near the contest near the town square. Tomato fireworks, yep, exactly what it sounds like, and
Ugh.
different music bands perform. I really think this was a missed opportunity for the Smashing Pumpkins band.
Just for this today only, we're smashing tomatoes.
Yeah, just a missed opportunity there.
The, so I'm guessing tomato fireworks is just you put a firecracker in a tomato and do you
Blow
chuck
the
it at
shit up.
somebody?
No, no, they just blow them up. I mean, you should see pictures. I mean, the entire town is covered in the tomato sauce, tomato pieces, tomato parts.
I
It's
hate tomatoes. You
every.
know that,
I
right?
hate the smell of ketchup too. I don't like the smell of ketchup. I like ketchup, but I won't lick it off my finger. I have to wipe it off with a napkin. I
I
can't
don't
eat it
eat
by
ketchup,
itself.
so
No, no, no. Okay, tomato fireworks and different music bands perform. On Wednesday morning, the first event before the tomato battle is the palo jabon, which is roughly translated to soap stick. It's centered on a long grease pole with a piece of ham at its top. The
jamon.
goal, yeah,
Sorry,
jamon. Yes, I have that here. The goal is for participants to climb the pole and make the ham drop, which requires them to climb on each other. That is right, Darrell. Men climbing each other, fighting over a grease pole with a ham on it. It's kind of like Thanksgiving minus the ham.
all right. So my favorite thing in Spain was jamon, which is like you ever had prosciutto?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is like 10 times better.
Mm.
It's really good.
I can see
Uh,
why they're fighting up that
I
grease
mean,
pole
like
to
every
get it now.
restaurant you go to has like pig legs just hanging.
Mm.
But as much as I like it, I ain't climbing no greasy pole with a bunch of men all hanging on me. That ain't happening.
You never know. Never say never,
That's
Daryl.
that's how accidents happen. Where it's like he assaulted me. It was like
Something slipped in. Yeah.
I slipped.
It was a rogue finger.
Somebody motorboated my butt. It felt like Jason driving on a bumpy road.
Hey, you drove in the bumpy road now since then, haven't you?
Yeah, and you know what? It didn't tickle my butthole.
No,
I
you're not
even
sitting correctly
I even
then.
told my wife.
You're sitting
I was
upside down
like,
or
I was
something.
like, it went, and I'm like,
Mm-mm.
my butthole didn't tickle.
You got to sit more up on your back, get that butthole,
I
make sure
am
you're
not
touching the
sitting
seat.
there and sitting in an uncomfortable way just to get my taint tickled.
I don't have to sit in an uncomfortable way. That's just the way I sit.
Well, the way
I
I
guess my
sit doesn't
butthole's
tickle
in a weird,
my
awkward
butthole.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep saying your butthole's in the same spot as mine. Do we know that?
I guess not. It must be like 2 or 3 inches higher than everybody
So
else's.
far, me and Ashley have ours in a normal spot. It's you that's wrong. It's like yours is on the bottom of your foot or something. I
No
don't know.
wonder I shit on the back of the toilet lid all the time.
What?
I'm just playing.
Okay. So say, please tell me no.
Oh no, no. Well, anyway, once the ham falls off that soapy, greasy stick, the tomato battle commences. Typically, this tomato fight lasts about 1 hour. The aftermath looks like ketchup bombs went off throughout the city. Fire trucks then hose down the streets, and participants hose down each other. Believe it or not, but the citric acid in the tomatoes leads to the washed surfaces in the town becoming very clean.
Okay. Doesn't seem
You
like it's
wouldn't,
worth it though.
no, you wouldn't think all that tomato juice and tomato sauce and ketchup parts and
My
or
thing
tomato
is
parts.
like I would get tomato in my mouth, and that there would ruin it for me. I mean,
Yeah, you
like,
can't eat vegetables.
I
God
hate.
forbid you eat a vegetable.
Hey, I ate kale tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you like it?
yeah.
How'd you eat it?
My wife she made a egg and kale. I mean, a cheese and kale quiche.
Okay,
It was really good.
no, no, sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So there, I ate a vegetable. On top of that, I ate a superfood.
Oh, I've never tried kale.
Imagine
It's like
really
spinach.
really stiff spinach that 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 tastes kind of bitter. I mean, I will say this: kale itself does not taste good. I'd rather eat spinach, but it's not a flavorless leaf like lettuce.
Mm. Well, you have to get tickets to this event,
Ooh.
and it's always limited to 20,000 holders of the paid tickets. And during these festivals, it's estimated that 320,000 pounds of tomatoes are thrown.
Do you think like the people that live there get like first dibs before like actually, you know what? I don't even know why I'm asking it. I guarantee you they do because that when I was in
Yeah,
Spain, there was lots of anti-tourism protests.
yeah. They know where all the sniper positions are, so they can just snipe
Pew,
people with
pew,
tomatoes from a
pew.
distance and not get hit. Absolutely. The funny thing is, there's actually one very similar to this in Italy called the Battle of Oranges. That I
Oh
didn't. Yeah, that one would burn.
no,
Yeah,
not
don't have.
burnt oranges that are a lot more solid than a tomato
Well,
is.
yeah, I don't. I didn't read much into this one. I thought one food fight one was enough.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm pretty sure probably come away with injuries on that one. Oh
You'd
my
shit in your
gosh.
eyes.
I wonder if you're going to be speaking of injuries. I'm kind of wondering if there's one of these that's going to pop up on this one on
We
this
shall see.
episode. Ooh.
All right, the next one is called the Bolas de Fuego. When the sun sets on August 31st, the Bolas de Fuego, or Balls of Fire, the Fireball Festival begins in a small Salvadorian town of Nejapa. I'm sure I butchered that, but Nejapa.
Sounds about right.
I
Nehapa.
think I nailed it. Yep, there we go. The Fireball Festival commemorates a volcanic eruption in 1658.
Doesn't seem
As
like
the
something you'd want to celebrate, but
Right.
okay.
As the residents fled the eruption, giant balls of fire were shooting out of the volcano. Also, according to this legend, it was actually a battle between local patron saint San Hieronymo, which represented good, and the devil, which of course represents evil. So, as a
That
tribute, the Fireball Festival was celebrated for the first time in 1922.
cracks me up. It's like, hey, remember that time that our ancestors almost got smited by a bunch of fireballs out of the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's celebrate that.
Funny that you say that because that's the name of this topic. Do you want to celebrate that? What happens during this crazy ass ball of fire festival is event goers paint their faces like skulls, soak their clothes and gloves in water, and take to the streets in Nahapa in two teams. You have good versus evil, and throw gas soaked balls of fire at each other at close range. There are no set rules or laws to abide by. Onlookers line the streets to cheer them on. The battle lasts about 2 hours, and there are no winners.
They're like, why is the average lifespan of our citizens like 23?
Yeah,
I don't
pan
know.
to a picture of this. Well, don't fret, as you can soothe your burns with Salvadorian food and live bands.
No thanks. I'm
Yeah,
good. I
I
don't
don't
need
get
it.
that one.
I don't. Yeah, I have no desire to throw fireballs at anybody, nor have them thrown at me. Especially, I'd rather not have them hurled at me.
Yeah, from close range, and
I mean,
then
like, I
not
got
even
bushy
win.
eyebrows. If they get burned off, I'm gonna look really weird.
Yeah, you don't even win. You're just doing it to all come out in a tie. No, if you're gonna do it, there's got
It
to be a winner and a loser.
sounds like some bullshit that like Johnny Knoxville would make up. Like he went to some small town. He's like, "Hey, everybody, let's celebrate this festival."
Yeah, I can see that. All right, and this is the last one I'm going to talk about today. It is called the Connemara Matsuri. It is dedicated to all things phallic.
I was hoping you would do this one.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the Shinto Connemara Matsuri, or translated to Festival of the Steel Phallus. Shinto is a religion that revolves around supernatural entities called the kami, which are believed to inhabit all things. This festival takes place on the first Sunday in April and features penis shaped lollipops, novelty penis glasses, giant penis statues, phallic vegetable carving workshops, and other penis themed souvenirs if none of those do it for you. So, you've heard of this one?
Yeah, I've actually seen
You've
videos
seen
like
pictures
that
and
where
shit? Oh, it's
they're like
fucking
marching down the
fantastic.
street with like a
Yeah.
12-foot long dick and like all the ladies are running over and like touching it and stuff.
Yep.
Yes. Which I mean, like it sucks because like what I want to say, God, when did I go to Japan? I think it was in May. So like I would have totally hopped a train and went to that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
to go to that. I mean, I did go to like I went to one Shinto shrine, which was cool enough, like
Hmm.
cool, but like God, I would have loved to go to that festival. It's one of the things when I was a kid I saw that I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, the origin is legend has it that a young woman once fell victim to a demon's curse. The sharp toothed demon, driven by envy, chose to hide inside her vagina and bit off her husband's penis when she tried to have sex with him. The desperate woman sought assistance from a blacksmith who crafted a metal phallus to outsmart the demon. As the demon chopped down on the steel schlong, its teeth shattered, forcing it to pack up its bags and move from the vag. She lived happily ever after with her husband, who somehow managed to grow his dick back. The festival officially started in 1969 to celebrate this legend. Fucking fantastic. Um, well, what happens at this event? Basically, the event goers pay homage to the D. There are three portable dick shrines referred to as Makoshi that are paraded down the streets of Kawasaki where one can pray. The couples are praying for general fertility, for successful pregnancy and marriage. Local sex workers also come to pray for protection from STDs and for renewal. The three Makoshis are the Kanamara Makoshi, a
Okay.
portable shrine with a square base and a roof. A wooden phallus laid on its side is housed inside. The oldest of the three portable shrines. Looking at the pictures of it, think about if you're trying to do a siege and knock down a castle door. This is what it looks like when you're trying to use those big
Yeah.
wrecking ball type things to knock down your castle door. That's how
It's
big this
like,
dick is.
I'm very proud of my battering ram. It's
Oh my,
modeled after me.
yeah, I mean it's polished, it's shiny, it's a beautiful piece of wood.
I'm not sure if I'd use the word beautiful, but you do you, boo boo.
Mm. The next one is the Kanamara, the boat Makoshi. It's a portable shrine with a boat shaped base and a roof. Inside, a glowing black iron phallus is housed upwards. Yep.
Baby.
Yeah. Pointing straight up, just like it's daring somebody to just jump right on top of it. Just standing there, right there. Not sure how it's glowing, but that's how I saw it was described as a glowing
I
black
imagine it's just
iron.
very polished.
Just shiny. Just super,
Just shiny.
like it's wet.
God, it's getting gross.
And the third one is the Elizabeth Makoshi. It's a portable shrine with a huge pink dildo on the base. Unlike the others, there is no roof. So this one must be weather treated or has some form of protective lube on it or something.
It's really called the Elizabeth?
Elizabeth Makoshi.
Oh, I wonder how it got that name. That's
I don't
crazy.
know, but pictures of this one, it looks like it's made out of Hubba Bubba bubble gum.
I mean, because yeah, it's just usually even whenever it is something in English like that, they usually even like the pronunciation still goes like how a Japanese would pronunciate English.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Elizabeth, or something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of so I'm kind of shocked on that. But yeah, I've known about that festival. So when I was younger, I worked at that video store. There was like a movie in the horror film section. It was Shocking Asia or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of those things that you watch. It shows like all those crazy rituals and people like stab themselves and like acupuncture and crazy festivals like the Dick Festival or, you know, and then of course like, Asian prostitutes and stuff, because you got to get your TNA in there. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. It was pretty funny looking at the pictures and researching it, and I had no idea. The cool
yeah,
thing is that the proceeds from this festival is donated to HIV research.
oh,
So it's still going for a good cause. They're not just
they're just
making a buck off the dingling.
I mean, you know, just also I'm an equal opportunity festival goer. If there's a good festival for hoo-has,
Mm-hmm.
I would happily attend that one and crawl through whatever cave, like Uh so I mean, like, yeah, no, Dick and hoo-ha festivals sound super fun.
Yeah, sign
So
me up.
I
Get
would
me on the
totally go to
mailing
that.
list. Yeah, here's my email address. Send me the monthly newsletter.
I mean, I will be going back to Japan. So I mean, unfortunately, not God, no, I better not say that. My kids might listen. My kids will be going to Japan with me the next time I go. That is not unfortunate. But I will not be attending any dick festivals with my children.
No, no, they probably don't need to go to that and
No.
pray to the D. They don't need to
Uh,
do that.
I'm a bit shocked. I expected one more out of you. The Dick Festival was the one I was hoping would be in there.
Yeah.
I was expecting the one where I forget where it is. It's somewhere in like Viking Europe, the northern parts where they hurdy burdy and that talk
Hmm.
where they roll a wheel of cheese
Oh, I had
down a
that one down.
hill
Hmm.
and everybody chases after it and you want to be the one to grab it and they all like break their arms and
Oh yeah,
faces and everybody like
yeah.
comes out bloody.
It was on my list, and I've seen videos of that one, and they have uh, people that are really really good at it.
Yeah.
Where the art of it is to just go with the fall, like just run as fast as you can and just start falling. It's just flopping your body like a crash test dummy.
Yeah.
It's pretty violent, but
Seen some
also really
people get
funny.
fucked up in that
Yeah, they
thing.
just slam really hard into the ground, and that cheese is just rolling
Teeth
down.
knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even paying attention to the damn cheese anymore. They're just
No, trying to stay alive.
it's pretty violent. I mean, it's funny, but there was this one chick that's really really good at it. She won like several years in a row, and if you watch her go down this hill, it looks
She
like
just flops.
she just flops everywhere. Her arms are not even attached to her body. Her legs are just not attached. She's just flopping around, and she just gets right back up. Just keeps going.
I love watching videos on that just because so many of them will like interview people before they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm super excited and da da
Mhm.
da. They get at the bottom, like, yeah, I am just, I gotta go to
I
the
ain't
hospital.
never doing that again. Yeah, it's a weird ass tradition.
Somebody pick my nose up off the hill. I think it's somewhere on the hill.
And the thing is, you if it's a tradition that they know people are going to be doing, they think they would clear off the hill, make it free of rocks or debris or anything to hurt people. No,
No,
it's
these,
not. No, yeah, it's whatever it is.
like I said, it is like from a Viking. I say Viking. That could be in my head.
England.
Oh, it's in England.
I'm pretty sure it's in England.
I thought it was in one of those Nordic countries.
I, I
I
had it
thought it was in
written
one of
down.
those hurdy-burdy places.
I think it's in. I'm pretty sure it's in England.
All right. Let's see. Cheese Wheel Rolling Down the Hill Festival.
Hmm.
Cheese Wheel Rolling. competition rolling downhill. It is. Oh my God, you might be right. Oh, yep, Gloucester, England.
All
Ah,
right.
look at
All
you
right.
being right.
I know. I've read a little something.
Yeah, well, I was wrong. I'm sorry, Vikings. You do not get credit for like the really cool cheese wheel. I'm sorry. I just don't really see. I mean, other than soccer riots, I don't see English people as very violent and be like, oh my, I must roll down this hill. Oh, egad, ew, ouch, each. I don't see
Pip,
that.
pip. Yeah.
Yeah, oi, go roll down the fucking hill.
Yeah, it's a weird ass tradition. Uh, but it caught on. I mean, you've seen the videos. There's hundreds and hundreds of people there
Yeah,
willing to take part in it. Not sure why,
I don't
but
know.
as a kid, when you saw a big hill as a kid, what did you want to do? You wanted to
I
roll
just
down that
talked
damn
about
thing.
this recently. Went to a Ranger game, and when we were walking back to the parking spot, there was this really big grassy hill, and I saw a kid rolling down, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I would totally do that, and I was like, and I always regretted it, and it was not because it hurt, but because like no matter what, I'd always come up itchy.
Yeah, yeah. You would scramble your brains, and you would come up inchy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
if I
always
would
fun
do
to act
that
like you
now, I
were
would.
like, oh God, I'm falling down the hill.
Could you imagine doing that now?
Oh, dude, I'm terrified falling down. I fell down the stairs like 2 weeks ago. I say down the stairs. I fell down the last two steps, and I mean, I thought I was going to die. Like one of those things where I was sitting on the ground for a while. I got a good little bruise on my forearm because I always hold the banister.
Like you
And
should.
so yeah, and so whenever I miss that last step and I go, I hit the ground, like bang my arm into the stairs, and I'm like, oh God, I might have broke my arm. I'm just kind of sitting there like, oh, and then my daughter had to come in. She's like, let me help you up, and I'm like, no, I'm too fat for that. And she's like, I got you.
You
So
didn't do the whole
she
Peter
helped.
Griffin thing and
I,
sway back and
I
forth.
totally did. Just said, ah. Actually, before I did that, I did what I usually do when I get hurt, which is I
Stuck your tongue.
cuss. No,
No,
I cuss with every single word.
you make
I
up new
curse
words.
the head. Yes, it is just all just a stream of just profanity out of my face, and I catch shit from about this from my wife and my dad and just random other people about me doing this whenever there is scientific studies that show that cussing is a pain reliever.
Make you feel better.
It
I
is a
agree.
pain reliever. It reduces pain whenever you get hurt. So
Yeah,
all
well,
I'm doing is what comes natural. Like whenever
mm-hmm,
you cut your finger and you start sucking on it, that's also a natural thing.
mm-hmm.
So is me cussing up a storm whenever I fall on my ass.
Yes, I agree with you. When you stub your toe, the last thing you want to say is, "Oh fudge, that hurt."
Oh,
No.
fiddly dee.
Oh, gee willikers, that sure did hurt.
Oh, cornflakes.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. Oh, snickerdoodles.
Yeah. Oh, gee williker.
Now listen here, you big ninny head. That hurt my feelings. No.
Yeah, no, that shit don't help. No, it's got to be the F bomb. It's got to be several of them.
Oh, it
Let's
ain't
just
just
roll
that.
it with a
No.
couple of B words in there
Yeah,
and
no, worse. Like for
the
me,
C
like
words.
mine. I accuse whatever hurts me of various oral acts on various things.
Mm.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when Joseph, my son Joseph, when he was much younger playing video games, and he would get so upset, and he would yell into the into the microphone, wishing that they would get horrible diseases and die, and wish it upon their mother. And
I've done that. I hope you get diarrhea until you die. Yeah.
man, talking
I
about
think
terrible ways to go. Holy
no.
crap!
I'll never forget. I can't remember what game I was playing. I don't remember what game I was playing, but I was playing a video game. My son was like 2, maybe 3, and I was like, something happened. I was like, "You fucking cocksucker!" And my son, in like a serious and concerned voice, was like, "Daddy, who's a cocksucker?"
I'm going to go get him.
I was like, oh, please don't say that. I appreciate him looking out for me, though.
But it's that guy right over there.
Like, oh, I'm an adult parent. my son just said cocksucker.
Yeah.
That's an achievement of some sort, I think.
Mm,
Not a good one, though.
My niece Peyton, she dropped the F-bomb the other day. She was singing along to an Eminem song, and he came up about to say whatever he was going to say, and she was singing along with it and thinking nobody's listening, and he goes, "Fo," and she realized all of us was listening to her, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, we got you. You're about to drop the F-bomb." You just realized where you were.
That reminds me of like the one time. So there were 2 times I was sent to the office in 8th grade for calling a teacher a bitch. One time, I actually did it. She was a bitch, and I called her a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sent to the office. The second time, I was talking about that bitch teacher to some 7th graders. And I'm like, dude, you got to hope Miss So-and-so isn't teaching here next year because she's a real bitch. And I happened to notice another teacher nearby. I was like, bitch, and I didn't finish it. And she's like, you come with me, blah, blah, blah. And she takes me to the office, and she's like, you called Miss So-and-so a bitch. I was like, no, I didn't. Yeah, yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I never finished saying it. And it was so funny because
all kind of words there.
I had gone to the office enough where me and the vice principal were pretty friendly together and here's the thing, lots of people got on to me that still got along with me, and Miss Wright was one of them. Not Miss Wright, but the principal at the time was one of them, and she was just like, did you? I was like, no, I never finished saying it. but you were gonna say it. Maybe, but we'll never know because I never finished.
I plead the fifth. You'll never know it from me.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want to say for that one, I just got an office detention, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I got Saturday school for less. So
you got in trouble quite a bit.
I got in-house suspension for less. I got in-house suspension for laughing.
Yet you didn't get in trouble for going out of a window and then sneaking back into the same classroom and just going back to your desk, and nothing was ever said of it. Like, this man must be magical, and the teacher did nothing. He's probably still trying to figure it out to this day.
I don't think so. He was a smart guy. He was just a...
You didn't care.
He only put me out in the hall like a few times. And when he would put me out in the hall, I'd go across the hall and talk to Miss Wright the whole time. So she was my favorite teacher. So I was like, oh, cool. I get to go hang out with her. So
yeah. Thank you.
She's like, should you be waiting over there? I'll keep an eye on the door.
Yeah, well, I'll be all right. Well, that does it for this party. So join us next week as Darrell will quit spiking the punch bowl and will bring us another topic that made us say, Waywut.
Will I?
I hope you don't. I like drinking it. I guess we'll see y'all guys later.
Cool. That was fun. See y'all.
Later.
Thank you for joining us for Waywut. We really appreciate you watching or listening. Please subscribe or follow us on your favorite platform to catch our latest episodes that we publish on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. We'd love to hear from you, whether it's rating us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, commenting on our videos or just a podcast episode, or following us and hitting us up on TikTok, Facebook, or X. You can find us there with our handle, Waywut Podcasts. That's WAYWUT Podcast. And that will do it for this episode. Join us next time, and we'll make you say, Waywut.